from, but it was actually the man standing right here next to me, Greg Shapiro, already famous as a comedian from the Boom Chicago team, coming to Amsterdam, launching Boom Chicago Amsterdam. You're also now an author because you started writing books about getting familiar with the Dutch culture, and now you're also renowned for this viral, which has over 25 million views global, or even more.
I think, that's YouTube. There's the Dutch version as well. There's, I don't know, someone told me in terms of market research that there's true views. You have to count the true views, and it's over 50 million if you put it all together. So,
Crazy.
yeah, I'm happy to announce that people keep asking, do you think that Donald Trump himself
I've seen it.
has watched the video? Is he going to make the Netherlands second? Give me a pony and then we'll talk. But I do know that in terms of market research, this video about the Netherlands now has more views on, more true views than the official Donald Trump inauguration video. So, yeah, I think he's heard of it. I think it's on his radar.
Exactly. Well, really interesting. Obviously, we're not here to talk about Netherlands second, but you're here invited into this Congress because you're one of our closing keynotes. It's a lighthearted keynote. It's a crash course on Dutch culture. Just as an introduction, you're originally from the United States. When did you move to the Netherlands?
Well, I grew up in Chicago, so geboren getogen, yes. But now I've learned how to say geboren getogen. I came in 1994, and came for work, stayed for love. But yeah, the reason was that we were starting this comedy theater. It was a bunch of us from Chicago. My friends came in 93, I came in 94, and we thought maybe we'll just do this for one summer, but then one more summer, and 25 years later, almost, we're still here. So that's my lesson for the public. Fair warning: the Dutch can be addictive.
Can be sticky, right? Now let's go back to 1994.
Yeah.
You're walking out of Amsterdam Central Station.
Yeah.
What is the first memory that you have of this city?
Oh man, it was April when we got here, and it was the first warm day, and I was there with my shorts and my backpack and my Timberland boots and just ready for being an American tourist in Amsterdam. And it was like the first warm day, and I only found out later that it was this unofficial holiday in the Netherlands, which is called Rokjesdag, or miniskirt day. It's the first day when it's warm enough to rock the miniskirt on the bikes, So my first impression of Amsterdam was, first of all, it seemed like there were more bikes than people, which is true. And
it's true.
And now these women were on their bikes and with these short skirts. It was like, welcome to Amsterdam, look at our legs. And this unofficial parade, had been honored. It was a great welcome. I thought, well, maybe this is the place for me.
And it was. So you stayed. And then you figured out, whoa, there's a lot of peculiarities about this culture and people need to get accustomed to. You wrote a book about that. Not to give away your entire keynote already, but let's do a little preview.
Sure.
What are some of the things that we need to get accustomed to if you move around here in Holland?
Right. Well, there are a lot of preconceived notions, about the Netherlands, and a lot of them are just false, because, well, the main source for a lot of people is Bill O'Reilly on Fox News. He's not even on there. But there's a great video. It's called Fox News versus Amsterdam, and the versus Amsterdam part is a Dutch guy who went and took all of these points that they made on American television and said, drug addiction, no, it's higher in, the United States. Drug violence, higher in the United States. Teenage pregnancy, higher in, you're talking about yourself. So anyway, I came over here expecting that, it would be one big red light district or, a bunch of grandpa murdering, homosexuals getting married, and that's not even true. It gets weird sometimes, like in Belgium. But here, it's just, there are so many normal, that's what I didn't expect about the Netherlands. That
it's a little less freaky than you might think if you're back in America.
There's a real conservative streak, and even though it's a small country, there's still metro versus non-metro, culture. And Amsterdam is not the rest of the country.
Exactly. It's a city in itself. It's a country in itself. Yeah. Now, finally, Dutch culture, particular foods. What's your favorite Dutch food?
I have a soft spot for a croquette.
What is a croquette? We got a lot of people watching in Asia, some Americans waking up.
A croquette is basically deep fried gravy in a stick. It's
Never heard it described like that.
no, yeah, right. I mean, and you'll burn your tongue on it immediately, which I think is like you'll see these things served or little. They serve them in little round shapes as well, which are called bitter balls. Just
Which are not bitter.
no, apparently it's just the feeling you get. After burning your tongue right away. I think it's strategic so that once they serve you this thing that burns your tongue, everything else you taste after that it could be herring, it could be licorice. You don't notice anymore. It's just, okay, I'm sure this was nice. And it's not, but you need to mask the flavor first. Herring,
It's raw fish, people. If you're not, it's our Dutch sushi.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about the viewers in Asia, yeah, there's raw herring here. It's like, sometimes they put onions on there, but sometimes it's just basically sushi. So, yeah.
Now, finally, Greg, you're here in the world of market research. You're going to talk to a full room of market researchers, both online and here physically in the room. Yeah. Have you explored it already? What's your first impression of the market research industry?
I've had some wonderful interactions with people already, and I know coming up, you're going to have these the pitch sessions and the awards. My favorite pitch session was the guy from, I mean, if I can give a shout out.
Yeah, you got it.
From Vox Pop Me. I mean, that was my favorite pitch just because he said, if you have trouble, processing all this video stuff, everybody wants video, but it's so hard. And I can so relate to that. So I don't know. That's my personal favorite. I talked to that guy at the stand, and it's maybe not for me personally, but I'm working with someone, and yeah, I'm making a show actually it's a YouTube show. It's called The United States of Europe, and we're trying to send interviewers to all around the capitals, Paris, Berlin, London, and try to figure out. What's the opinion of the Vox Pops, the people on the street, but it's hard to process. So anyway, yeah, I already made a really valuable connection, and yeah, maybe
more.
Yeah, maybe more.
All right. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for being with us here briefly, exclusively online. You're an online hit wonder. Maybe we tapped into the youth now because now we got a famous YouTuber right with us.
I'm the jester archetype, according to another market research expert. And the jester archetype appeals to the youth, especially in Asia.
Well, we're very excited to learn more about your keynote, and I'll wish you all the best.
Thanks, man. Have fun.
Cool.
All right.